You ever do something small that somehow causes a neighborhood war? Yeah, that was me, this time, over a holiday wreath. It started in July. Hot, humid, sticky July. And my front door felt empty. So I hung up a beautiful little Christmas wreath. Red ribbon, pine cones, tiny silver bells. Nothing crazy. To me, it wasn't Christmas. It was vibes. Cozy, cheerful, harmless. But then, from across the street, I heard the sound of flip-flops slapping the pavement like warning shots. Karen had entered the chat. Karen. Do you realize, sir, that your front door is committing seasonal fraud against the entire neighborhood aesthetic? I blinked. Me. Karen, it's a wreath, not a declaration of war. Before we go further, hit that subscribe button, because trust me, this is about to turn into the most festive meltdown you've ever seen. The next morning, I got an email from the HOA subject line. Violation. Inappropriate seasonal decoration. I opened it, and it read like a legal thriller. HOA email. The presence of a Christmas-themed wreath during the month of July constitutes a breach of Section 14, Paragraph 3b. Seasonal decor outside its designated period, I swear. I thought it was satire. I replied, "It's a wreath. Calm down, but that was my first mistake. Because replying to an HOA email is like poking a Karen-shaped hornet's nest." That evening, Karen showed up, HOA clipboard in hand, and said, "Karen, this neighborhood maintains standards of temporal relevance, and your door is frozen in Yuletide delusion." Me. Karen, if you hate Christmas that much, that's between you and Santa. By midweek, the whole street knew. People walking their dogs slowed down to stare. One neighbor whispered, "He's the guy with the wreath." I'd become that guy. Then came the flyers. Karen printed flyers with a picture of my wreath. The headline? Holiday Anarchy, How One Homeowner Defies HOA Order. She even slid one under my doormat. Me. You're kidding me, right? Karen. Every rebellion begins with a wreath. That weekend, the HOA sent an inspection committee, 2 board members with polos, clipboards, and expressions like they were investigating a crime scene. They circled my front porch like detectives. Board member. Do you confirm that this object was displayed continuously since early July? Me. You make it sound like a hostage situation. They wrote something down, nodded gravely, and left. Karen, meanwhile, was filming it all on her phone like a reporter covering breaking news. Karen. This footage will prove your disregard for community harmony. Me. Cool, can you tag me when you post it? Monday morning, I got a fine in the mail. $75. Reason? Violation of seasonal decor policy. I ignored it. Tuesday, another fine. $100. Wednesday, $125. By Friday, the total hit $500. At this point, my wreath had more fines than my car. So I doubled down. I added fairy lights, battery-powered, color-changing, festive chaos. When Karen saw it, she screamed, "Karen, this is not Christmas in July. This is rebellion in broad daylight." Me. Ho ho ho, Karen. If you're still watching this HOA circus, hit that subscribe button because the holiday meltdown is just getting started. Saturday morning, knock knock. I open the door, and it's the police. Officer. We got a call about a disturbance involving seasonal decor? Karen popped out from behind her hedge like a stage villain. Karen, officer! That wreath is an act of visual terrorism against the sanctity of summer. The officer looked at her, then at me, then at the wreath. Officer. Ma'am, it's a wreath. Me. You'd be amazed how far this thing's gone. He gave me a half smile, said there was no crime, and left. Karen was fuming. Karen, this isn't over. Me, good. I've still got batteries left next week. I got the letter. Mandatory attendance. HOA, disciplinary hearing. So I showed up. Karen sat at the front, arms folded, face glowing with the power of pure indignation. She stood up to speak, practically shouting, Karen, this man has shattered the timeline of decorum, polluted our visual harmony, and mocked the very principles upon which this neighborhood stands. The room went silent. Then the HOA president looked at me and said, President, care to respond? I leaned back, smiled, and said, Me. Yeah, I like wreaths. Half the room laughed. Karen gasped like I'd confessed to arson. She slammed her binder shut and hissed, You're a danger to tradition. Me. You should see what I do for Halloween. The HOA doubled my fines, then threatened to put a lien on my house. All over a $15 wreath from Target. So, I lawyered up. My attorney was this chill guy named Dave who looked like he'd seen every HOA drama in the book. Dave? So, they want to sue you. Over decor? Me. Apparently, I've destabilized the neighborhood. Dave. Good. Let's make it official. He sent a letter citing freedom of expression laws and the fact that decorations aren't restricted unless explicitly seasonal symbols are defined. Which, surprise, wasn't in their rule book. 2 days later, the HOA backed off faster than Karen's Wi-Fi during a Zoom call. The next morning, I caught Karen standing in front of my house again. But this time, she wasn't yelling. She was crying. Karen, you've humiliated me. Everyone's laughing, even the board. Me. Karen, maybe just let people hang wreaths. She glared at me one last time and stormed away, muttering something about starting her own HOA. These days, I keep that wreath up year-round. Sometimes I switch the ribbon. Green for St. Patrick's, blue for summer, orange for fall. Every time I walk past it, I smile. Because that wreath isn't just decor, it's a trophy. A reminder that sometimes the smallest rebellions bring the biggest laughs. If you loved watching Karen lose her mind over a holiday wreath, hit that subscribe button, because the next HOA story is even crazier.